Hey guys, welcome to This Is Now. Just last week we were talking about how Minecraft finally outstreamed Fortnite, but here we are a week later and surprise, surprise. Fresh off of Epic's first ever Fortnite World Cup and the launch of Season 10, Fortnite is back on top. The World Cup took place over the last 10 weeks, alternating between solo and duo team qualifiers for the main tournament. Now Epic opened up the qualifiers to absolutely anyone, and the turnout, as you might expect, was completely and ridiculously massive. Over 40 million players signed up for the qualifiers, but only 150 actually made the cut. One noticeable absence in the tournament was Ninja, who failed to qualify, saying that he didn't put in the proper time or effort during those 10 weeks.
Isn't he supposed to be like the number one?
So Ninja was actually not the only person who did not perform well or even show up. Yeah, like none of the streamers really did all that well, which maybe is a key to know that, well, yes, it's great to be good at a game, but probably as far as streaming goes, it's more important to be entertaining. Speaking of Ninja, yesterday he announced that he will be leaving Twitch altogether and what he dubbed the next chapter. Instead, Ninja will be exclusively streaming on Mixer, a Microsoft-owned platform. While not as large as Twitch, Mixer has been gaining popularity. Streamers can share their controls, co-stream with friends, and the community is said to be much friendlier than Twitch's. According to Ninja, he thinks the move will help him get back to his roots when he used to stream Halo. His first Mixer stream, in case you're curious, will be taking place right about now. But you shouldn't go watch that. You should continue to watch This Is Now. You can watch that later, it's fine. He'll be streaming all day.
It was still 6.
What's amazing is the age of all the players. Now it is a shock to exactly no one that Fortnite attracts a younger audience, but among the 150 qualifiers, the average age was 16 years old and the youngest was 13. That sounds like my nightmare. The tournament qualifiers split a $30 million pot. The winner, 16-year-old Kyle Bugagiersdorf, that's a long name, took home a whopping $3 million, while even the last place players took home a minimum of 50 grand. Not bad considering that some of them didn't even earn a single point in the tournament, and they're also like all 14 or 15. However, it is still really impressive to even be there. I can't imagine like a couple years ago, hey mom, I'm 14, I'm gonna go play a Fortnite tournament, and I'm gonna be guaranteed $50,000 just for showing up. It is a different world. And I do think this entire thing should really show just how insane Fortnite is. I mean, for context, when Tiger Woods won the 2019 Masters tournament, he took home just $2 million. And earlier this month, after winning the Women's FIFA World Cup, the US team took home $4 million in prize money. That was divided amongst the entire team. Not a single 16-year-old Fortnite player. Even the players who win the Super Bowl take home just $118,000 each, which is really, really low for an event of that size. Now, eSports are definitely different than traditional sports. I mean, Dota 2 for the internationals holds the record for the highest paying eSports tournament, but Fortnite is now a close second. Now, my personal love, StarCraft 2, was an absolute trailblazer in big esports competitions. By comparison, the payouts are absolutely tiny compared to Valve or Epic. I mean, it was a very different time. And I want StarCraft to come back. So the Fortnite World Cup took place at the Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York, an arena with seating of over 23,000 people, and surprise, surprise, it sold out. There's lots of surprises in Fortnite. Surprise, surprise, people like Fortnite, not to mention the additional 2 million viewers who watched over platforms such as Twitch as well as YouTube. Epic has gone on record saying that they want to invest in Fortnite esports, pledging millions of dollars toward future tournaments, but some of them have definitely been off to a rough start. Almost exactly a year ago, they actually had to cancel one of their summer skirmish tournaments halfway through because the lag was so bad that it was impossible to keep playing. Now, other tournaments have been referred to as amateurish or lackluster, especially compared to independent series like Keemstar's Friday Fortnite series. Is Keemstar just a gamer now? He has Minecraft Mondays, Fortnite Fridays.
He started as a gamer.
Dude, Fortnite,
Watch Machinima?
I'm pretty sure
Wait, Keemstar was on Machinima?
Yeah.
However, with the success of the World Cup, it does look like Epic has finally dialed down a formula. Now, all of this is to say that it is incredibly easy to forget that Fortnite almost died. So the actual development was delayed forever. And the Battle Royale mode that we all know and love, well, most of us know and almost everyone loves, it was actually added way deep into development. I mean, for quite a while, Fortnite was a very, very different game. Now, ever since it blew up, people have been predicting its demise, but Epic has actually done a great job of really keeping it fresh, and they've done it at an incredible pace. It's almost like Minecraft and Fortnite and all the other popular games in the world can coexist peacefully. Actually, they can coexist peacefully. I think there's enough room for lots of giant games in the world. Right, Matt?
Fortnite bad, Minecraft good. That's what the kids say.
Is that what the kids say? I don't know. This entire show is just about, are we in touch with the kids?
What you doing, Austin?
Oh, I'm just celebrating one of the world's most popular songs of all time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So of course, everyone knows the wonderful banger, which is Lil Nas X's Old Town Road, and it has officially broken the record for the longest running #1 single on Billboard's Hot 100 list. That's a mouthful. The song has been at the #1 spot for a whopping 17 weeks, and my dance moves are not getting any better. That breaks a 22-year-old record that was originally set in 1996 by Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men's One Sweet Day, which held the title for 16 weeks. Now in 2017, Despacito came close to breaking the record, but its run ended up just tying it. Now Old Town Road was originally released back in December of 2018, but it of course did not initially receive this same level of acclaim. Although level of acclaim is maybe not the way I would describe it. People wouldn't really decide whether this was hip hop or country for a while, and that prompted Billboard to actually remove it from the country charts. Because, quote, "it does not embrace enough elements of today's country music to chart in its original version." Prior to hitting the #1 spot back in April, Lil Nas X cultivated a cult following, some might say. I say that. Particularly on TikTok with the Yeehaw challenge, where people drink what's yee juice? What are you talking about? What are the kids doing these days with their TikToks and their yee juice? It wasn't until Lil Nas X teamed up with Billy Ray Cyrus for the first remix that it actually blew up. And he made that happen by just asking. Like literally, he asked for it on Twitter. It's like one of those like airline things where you're like, "You lost my bag, you're the worst airline in the world." He's like, "Hey yo, Billy Ray Cyrus, do you want to make a #1 hit?" And he's like, "Sure." Since then, Lil Nas X has remained on top by releasing new remixes of the song, and there have been a lot of them. Diplo, Young Thug, and RM from BTS have all collabed with Lil Nas X, and there are even rumors of a Peppa Pig remix, which is probably fake, but I don't actually want that. I don't actually want that at all. No,
really want that.
no, we're good.
I did not know that was a thing.
We're good. It's fine. It's fake. It's
He
fine.
tweeted it. It's gotta be real.
Not real at all. So what does every good party need? Good food? Good drinks? No, everyone knows it's balloons, and not Matt's favorite game.
Balloons.
However, those wonderful, colorful, fun balloons might soon be a thing of the past. Over the last few months, the party supply chain Party City, that's a hard thing to say, has announced that they will be closing a number of stores due to low profits. Their reasoning? A global shortage of helium has drastically reduced the sale of balloons. Now, balloons actually only make up a small percentage of Party City's overall sales, somewhere around 5%. However, in an era where you can order almost everything on Amazon, balloons are really what brings people into those Party City stores. Now, analysts estimate that our current supply of helium will only last us about 25 to 35 more years.
Wait a second. Isn't helium one of the most abundant elements in the universe?
Well, yeah, it actually is second only to hydrogen, but here on Earth, it's a little bit more complicated. So in space, and especially around the sun, helium is everywhere. The perpetual fusion reaction in the sun generates massive amounts of helium. However, here on Earth, it is generated underground by the radioactive decay of other elements like uranium and thorium. The key part here is underground. While technically helium is constantly being created through that radioactive decay, it takes millions, if not billions of years for that process to happen. Collecting helium is a difficult and expensive process. It has an extremely low boiling point of just minus 268.9 degrees Celsius. For context, of course, water boils at positive 100 degrees Celsius, so what that means is that it turns from a liquid to a gas with just the slightest amount of heat. However, small amounts of helium does get trapped underground in pockets of natural gas, such as methane. Now, should we blame the oh-so-nefarious birthday party for this global shortage? Well, not exactly. Everyone knows it's Fortnite's fault. Of course, balloons are, of course, the most apparent use of helium, but in actuality, they make a pretty small percentage of helium usage. Because helium doesn't catch on fire, it is used in a large number of scientific applications, such as NASA using it to pressurize rockets. However, probably the most immediate victim to the shortage will be hospitals, who rely on helium as a coolant for the super colliders and MRI machines. Kind of important. Now, this is not the first time that the world has faced a potential shortage. In fact, this is the third potential shortage we found. In the past, the US government has passed legislation in order to regulate the sale and distribution of helium. Now, luckily, new helium deposits have been discovered recently and won't hold us over for the time being, but the reality is, our dependency on helium is not currently sustainable. Thank you very much for watching this episode of This Is Now. Make sure to check out some of our other videos here, subscribe for more Fortnite coverage, and until next time, Matt and I are gonna pretend to be kids.
Yikes.